ballistics gel right now.
Hey.
And yeah, we're going to be cutting ballistics gel. We're going to try to. There's no way we're going to cut this in half. We actually tried to spike it, and it wouldn't go all the way in. You can see kind of the entry points. Actually, turn it on its side. Turn it on its side, and you can see like it's kind of like those bullet points, like in the Matrix. Oh no!
Right
Can't
there.
unsee that.
Show the front.
Can't.
Right there is where.
Oh, I can't unsee that.
Look, it's actually in.
I cannot unsee that.
This
Oh,
is
just.
therapeutic.
Getting there real
But
deep.
see, you can see like how far. Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, I gotta bleach my mind of that. All right.
Gynecology.
So we are going to start with the faithful old pool noodles. We didn't have a chance to actually soak mats. We were just so busy with holiday shipping. So we are going to be cutting pool noodles. And oh gosh, what is it with
If
you?
you're gonna jiggle it like that, hold it the right way.
So yeah, we're gonna cut with some old favorites to see how well they handle the pool noodles.
You got like a longer spike.
Yeah, let's use a longer spike for the pool noodle. Pool noodles are actually.
Might be too phallic.
Too phallic for Ryan. Oh my.
Wait a minute. Why am I standing over here? We're gonna stand over here. I don't actually. And can we get a utility table up? We forgot to do that today. Hello, James Wilding. Hello, David Washington, Philip VV, Victor BB in Hawaii. Hello. Did the gel cut? We have not cut the gel yet, Trevor. We are going to try that in a minute here. But bear with us. We're gonna wait for a few more people to come on, and then we're gonna get to cutting. Once again, this is RVA Katana in Richmond, Virginia. What do you have in your hands there? Oh, is this? This is Steve's Naginata Naoshi. This is,
I don't want this to leave here.
unfortunately, it's leaving tomorrow. I brought it in. I meant to ship it today, but I forgot to bring packing materials home.
Look at that kisaki.
I know, that kisaki is massive. So we're going to miss this baby. Steve, you're going to enjoy it.
How old is this one?
About 400 years old. It is paper to Owarizeki. George Cortez, long time no see. Curtis Connor, welcome. Myron, hello. So, yeah. And once again, we actually got a live stream ban on our secondary account, so we are now, yeah, I know, we are broadcasting from Pop Swords. But we are going to start with pool noodles. Pool noodles can be difficult to cut. You need a really sharp sword because they do flop. And so we're going to cut with some old reliables and some brand new swords as well. So go ahead. This is our set of swords that we're going to cut with. Just go grab one, and we'll start with it. All right. We are going for the Bloodthorn. This is a new sword from Dragon Spring, one of their higher end ones, a T10 clay tempered sword. Really pretty hamon. Is it real ray skin or not? I actually don't.
No.
It does have artificial ray skin, but it does have a T10 clay tempered blade. Scott has in his hand here the Long Tana.
Look at this awesome Euro Asian thing.
So this is the katana blade on a Euro guard and hilt.
Eurasian.
Or on a primary account. Holy shit. Thank you, Steve. I am going to... Wait a minute.
Eh?
I don't think I am, Steve. No, this is Pop Swords.
Steve's fucking with you.
Steve says he needs a drink. Steve, it looks like you've had enough already.
Well, you just delayed that Naginata coming to you by 3 days. Keep it up, buddy.
Scott wants to keep it here. That's all there is to it.
Any excuse.
Any excuse to keep it here.
This thing is cool, though.
Hey, Tommy T, welcome. Long Tana. Ray Gimo. Ray Gimo he's on our live, but he's actually the star of our show because he brought in the ballistic gel, on which we are going to try the chapa. And so
Hold that out for a second. Just to put that into perspective.
this is the chapa, and this is the stout, the
50
Titan stout,
millimeter.
50 millimeters, and that is the stout.
Then it gets to...
Go ahead and take out a regular sword.
Look how
He-
wide it gets at the top.
And this is a regular mortal sword. This is the Crimson Chrysanthemum Katana.
Regular
So
mortals.
all big blades, fat blades for fat people like us. All right.
Speak for yourself, buddy.
I am fat. I will not deny it. Yes, we are cutting with the stout, and we are cutting with the chapa. But we're going to start, what are we going to start with? Let's go ahead and start with, you were going to do the Bloodthorn, right? All right. So here's the Bloodthorn from Dragon Spring. It is one of their new swords that we got in stock. So, 670 emotes. Oh, you're too funny. Too many Gen Z people in the house. No, we love Gen Z. All right, so here we are. We're going to test these babies and see how they go.
No,
He's a millennial. Take another. All right. And that is not a scoop. It's just the way they go.
Got a little bit on that first one.
Yeah, pool noodles are not necessarily easy to cut. They're easier to cut when it's really cold outside.
Because it'll flop with mine.
There you go. Differentially hardened swords against ballistic gel. Okay, Ray, thanks for the advice. Do you guys cut live often? Been here for 2 minutes. Excited to see those blades. We cut live probably once a week. Usually on Monday. Oh,
Ooh, little popper.
I know, one-hander.
I wouldn't do this. Because the spike comes through.
Yeah, the spike is buried deep into there.
Yeah, I can get it. Yeah. I'm not going to actually cut it now, but.
Oh, he kind of ripped it, but all right. Just missed the spike.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Go
are
ahead.
you cutting with one hand?
Let's go ahead and get that other half.
Because I hurt my left hand.
He hurt his left hand. How did you hurt your left hand, Mark?
I was practicing EI, and I stabbed myself in the hand. So I was moving a little too fast.
Let me try something here. I always like to see if the zero distance cut. Nope. Okay.
Bonk.
That was actually on the top. Ah! All right, enough of that. All right. Definitely easier to clean up pool noodle scraps than tatami scraps. Not nearly a mess. And these can be packing material for us later as well.
Yeah.
Swim
The first time I ever shipped a Shamshir. The first time I ever shipped a Shamshir, I
Oh, Rico, you're so funny. Her.
what is that?
Someone said, you can imagine how strong humans used to be to swing swords in battle. He's like, a lot stronger than these dorks, that's for sure.
Yep.
Up yours, buddy.
All right. Actually, I would imagine. Actually. Here is the 65mm Yamato also from Dragon Spring. Laser etched on all.
I'd rather use a gun. Well, guess what, buddy? We're gun guys too.
Just, warrior of one weapon ain't much of a warrior at all. You're kind of just like an homosexual, right?
I was inspired by Quad's video to make an off-take of let's get down to business. Let's go to the sword shop.
Yes, we are dorks, but only we're allowed to call each other dorks.
I was like, let's go to the sword shop to delete the funds. There's gotta be an RVA.
Greetings, I tip my fedora to you fine gentlemen. Certified dorks. We're waiting for we're waiting for our dork certification certificates in the mail.
All right, I'm back to be.
USPS, so it's really slow.
This is the Yamato, yes. Oh, you one-handed that.
I'm one-handing everything, John.
He has to.
He has to.
By law.
Yeah.
All right, who's up next? Keep on cutting. Might as well finish. Go the other way too. Try if you don't have to go the other way, but okay, never mind. Don't go the other way. There you go.
Ripped it off.
Once again, the Yamato from Devil May Cry. Oh, there's a zero distance cut.
Golf clap.
Hey, Neil Thompson in the house. Welcome, welcome.
Excuse me.
Scott.
That's how you know it's fake because Scott never said excuse me.
Yeah, right? It's AI Scott.
It's true.
Or maybe it should be AS, Artificial Stupidity Scott. All right, yeah. So anyway, yeah, we usually cut tatami mats, but we didn't get around to soaking them. Here is the Hitokiri Batosai. Well, he is from New Jersey. Ouch.
Hey,
Steve.
we don't like you either.
Steve is totally trolling you, man.
We don't like you either. It's all right.
I like you, Steve. All right. This is the Hitokiri Batosai from the T10 Clay Tempered. This is the one from the Phoenix Armory. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh.
Ooh, a little chocolate.
Chunklet. Scraplet. All right, who's next? Can I please see the meteorite sword? We'll show it to you after we're done cutting. Is Scott's noodles stiff and... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, effortless cut. This is basically when you cut pool noodles, they are very floppy. And so you need to have, number one, very sharp sword. Number two, pretty decent edge alignment. Or just be Mark with his Popeye forearms. Let's see. Yeah, this is from Rurouni Kenshin, the Hitokiri Batosai. Nice.
Because the spike is so tight on there, we can actually do that.
Because the spike is so tight.
Yeah, otherwise they would go flying. Yeah.
Oh, spike is tight.
Yeah.
I like a tight spike.
Yeah, we thought Natalie was going to cut tonight, but she also is packing up. She's leaving for LA tomorrow. And so, oh! Reverse cut, effortless. Nice. I am duly impressed. Oh. Zero distance cut. Oh. Wow. Time frames they will restock. Andre, it really depends. You ask for specific swords and I can tell you. A little tiny cut. A little pucklet.
That's your rapper name now.
Little pucklet. You're the one who made the cut. You're the little pucklet.
Pucklet.
Have you ever got a bad injury with a katana or know anyone who has? What's your definition of bad injury? Mark has sliced his finger.
Well, I stabbed myself.
He stabbed himself with his dull training sword.
But the tips on those things are pointy out of the factory for reasons. Except
Wait, are you talking about swords?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crimson chrysanthemum.
Looks like the katana has a Ryan edge. No, we actually never sharpened the Hitokiri Batosai. That's just factory edge right there, and we've cut a lot with it. Is this a class or a store? Yes. Senami. We do have Senami, which is to say this is a store, but we do have classes here as well. So. What is the sharpest? Hard to say. We have like lots of swords. This is the Crimson Chrysanthemum from Dragon Spring. Actually, can you bring it and hold it up here really quickly? This is an L6, the Chinese variation of L6. So it's super durable. Though, when you clay temper it, you do lose some of the durability, but you do get a hard edge. All right. Lethal dummies you see in Forged in Fire. Lethal dummies? Is it legal to buy a katana with a sharpened blade? That really depends on where you live.
Scott.
He's taking little cutlets. That's fine. That's the same. Like that's the same as Ryan's one cut there, in terms of total amount. You get 6 inches of pool noodle to cut.
Oh, my first cut. Failed cut.
Fail. That's like 12 inches.
What's? You sure?
Oh wow, that's like 16 inches.
John can't measure 12 inches.
I feel attacked. I feel attacked. All right. Oh, tiny cut. He was called out, and now he's there.
Yep.
We do have Kokushibo. Once again.
Cool.
What the? It's like flicking you off. How did you even do that?
It's scooped.
Like, but he scooped it. That was like Hidari Keisa, right?
Yeah.
That is bizarre.
He entered, right? Entered.
He entered and
Flopped a little bit,
flopped a little bit.
Went down, and then.
RVA Katana after Alan.
This basically probably describes Scott's every average night. Yes, we're in Richmond, Virginia. Any Honja Masamune? We do not.
It's in my pants.
We do not have the national treasure, like the missing, lost national treasure of Japan. Scooped it. Yeah, that was actually a nice cut. I'm just sort of blown away by that scoop that you made earlier. Like, how did it even make it all the way through without?
Right? It's a tight spike. It's the secret in there, Rio D back.
What else were we gonna cut with?
Well, we have a Reaper. We have
How many-
we
how
have
many-
Stout. We have the Katana Shed.
We're gonna leave those big guys for the ballistic gel.
Okay.
What else? Oh, can you get the gold tachi? Why not? The gold, not that one. The gold tachi.
Isn't that the dull one?
That's the dull one. But I'm just like, we're gonna get one of the regular ones from here, the very bottom one.
Yeah.
So this is a 65 mm tachi. These are swords that were worn from the hip, worn on the hip, hanging there.
This one before.
We have cut mats with this one before. This is our first time cutting pool noodles. To buy a sharpened katana blade in the UK, no. Not legally. This is a pool noodle. We actually didn't have. Go ahead and just take the whole thing, because we have what? How many more do we have? Three more. Just pick a. Is that you want to cut with that sword?
I'm gonna
Go to town with it.
cut.
Yes.
I'm close to the
Yeah.
thingamabob.
So that is the gold tachi. Kershaw knives are very sharp when new. It low-key gets you bricked when you load a new pink foam. Dude, we did not want to hear that, but okay.
What did you say?
I really want a sharp sword to cut stuff like watermelon. You actually, it does not, it's
You don't
not
need a
hard to,
sharp
yeah, you
sword
don't
for
need a
that.
sharp sword. It's actually better to have a mildly, Steve declares the Hanzo Masamune signed by Randy Jackson as the national treasure of New Jersey.
Yes.
Did you want to use this sword or a different sword? Okay.
See, I'm trying to do like a Miyagashi.
He's going to try it. Oh, okay. This is your one noodle, so make, you know. Oh, almost.
So good, light.
Almost. All right, you want to finish that piece off and then do. Nice.
Fuck.
Okay, so
So let's see how sharp the sword is, kids.
that
Come on, man.
is a very clean cut on a pool noodle or on a spike. So let's see what the edge is. How's the edge?
Perfect.
So 65 mn, and that's what's left of the edge thing. It went through a dried spike, like it was nothing. So that's definitely gonna be footage that we're gonna keep.
So Steve,
How tight is it on the
that
spike?
Hanzo Masamune comes home to you in Fort Lauderdale, right, Steve?
The Hanzo Masamune he wants us to keep here.
Comes a snowbird. In the off season, it goes to Fort Lauderdale, where Steve lives.
Is that bamboo or wood? It is wood.
Spruce.
Fuck.
He's like, that's enough of that freaking pool noodle. That still has a couple. Wait, leave it there. That has another couple cuts left.
Let me do a 0 distance.
A 0 distance. All right. Display katana. We don't have really display katana. These are all functional ones, but we are in Virginia, the deal, and we ship anywhere in the U.S. All right, on to the next pool noodle on the castrated spike.
Yeah.
Actually, it's more circumcised than castrated because it's still there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mark, you choose your
Choose my sword.
sword.
You, don't have
You
none
can
of
choose
that?
another one too,
That thing's awesome.
or any of the one-handed swords if you want.
See if the American Revolution will.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Oh, okay.
The Revolutionary War here.
The Revolutionary War hanger from
Kingston Arms.
Kingston Arms.
Yeah.
It has to be really
It's not a secondary bevel, so.
Oh,
okay.
America.
America. And once again, we're going to be cutting ballistics gel after this one here. Anything new come in? Yeah, we just got a lot up. Ching! I hear the ring.
Freedom, it's the ring of freedom.
We oh
Hell yeah.
zero distance cut. Can you do? We'll do a 0 distance. You think? Oh,
Okay.
all right. So that was the American Revolutionary War hanger. That's the first time I think any of us have ever cut with that.
Freedom sings.
Have we cut with the Shashka? We have not cut with a Shashka lately. But I bet that old Shashka we had from Cloudhammer would have zipped through these mats like nothing.
It would have, yeah.
It zipped through tatami mats and then these pool noodles for sure. All right, you guys didn't come here to watch us cut pool noodles.
Did you? I don't
Or
know.
did you?
I
Yeah,
don't know
right.
your life.
So we are going to go ahead and move on over to the highlight of the day, the ballistic gel. Watch it quiver, watch it shiver.
Watch what Scott gets up to with.
Here we are, ballistic gel people. Here for the pull. Oh, didn't need to hear that.
So how are we gonna do this?
Trevor Payne says he's here for this. Just bounce it right in the middle, and we'll just take cuts into it. Yeah, just take cuts like that, and we'll see what happens. So we have never cut ballistic gel before. What we have noticed when we tried to spike it, the spikes don't go in very well, so it is pretty super durable. We do want to thank our buddy Ray Gimo or his evil twin brother Gay Remo. We're not sure for bringing in the ballistic gel.
What should we use first?
I say go big, go choppa. And we're gonna start we're gonna start with the Cloud Hammer choppa. SX105V. Big buff wide chopping blade. All right. And half of me wants to hide.
It's like half axe, half machete, all ass kickery.
Yep. I'm gonna move this over
Half
here.
man, half bear, half pig.
This is the man bear pig.
All right, so here we are. We'll have to see how this cuts.
I'm super cereal, you guys. Hang on, I'm gonna get a picture of this.
Get a picture of John. That's funny.
Hiding behind the swords.
So should I try to cut a piece off, or just get cut into
Cut
it?
through it.
I think the goal is to see how deep it'll cut into it. So just a downward.
I'm not-
You can an angled chop or whatever, but whatever.
should I
But into
cut
the middle. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
like a case I can
Sure.
I'll just go
work into it.
tension. Muckle.
That was actually a pretty deep cut.
That felt like a test swing.
It was. I just dropped the weight of it because I wanted to see what it would do.
It's on the other side. That's actually face this direction.
So we've got a little,
I saw it bite into it.
a little bit.
Split it a little bit.
Yeah, it went in like about. We need like a. Oh, I did not want to see that.
Well, I think I'm tearing it by putting my finger in.
So it did slice it. Oh.
Yeah, it was a deep
Oh, it
from
cut
my-
about an inch.
Yeah, cut about an inch deep.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
All right, Mark.
That is the choppa. You wanna?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. Randy. Give me that thing.
You're gonna have to one-hand it though, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna move over to this other side. While Mark tries to one-hand that.
That's the first time I've ever cut in the ballistic gel.
Yeah.
Stop.
And we have another slice. You can actually.
You can see into the gel. Kind of
Yeah,
just how
you can
far
kind
it
of see
goes.
into the gel.
That went about an inch in there.
It went
too.
about an inch into the gel. Yeah. That is the choppa. Do you want to do the choppa too?
It kind of looks and feels underwhelming, but it's fun though. You can really let loose on this.
I was really concerned what the feedback would be on the
Mm-hmm.
rebound. 'Cause I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
Oh, that went deep.
Yeah.
Because I can see it as it happens from here.
Pulling back a little.
That probably went about 2 inches deep.
Our goal for the night is to cut all the way through it.
I feel like it's like an accordion.
All right, so this I think is right. You can see it like if you put it at the angle right there, you can actually see.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can see right into it.
Yeah, you can see right into it, kind of like a gelatinous cube.
Which is what it is.
Yeah, but you can see basically how deep it went into there. All right, let me give this a try.
How deep is your love? All right. This side has not been cut.
Why does foam and plastic turn you on? You do you, King. Own it.
I hit that at an angle.
Someone's suggesting diagonal down cut off the sides,
Yeah.
kind of like a tombo.
I think we could probably do it this way too.
Try like a case I give you.
Oh, from the UK. How many swords do you have in this room? We have 700 different models, if that helps.
You want to try a different sword? Or let's go. Let's do
Try a different sword. Yeah.
Reliable, old reliable.
No, we are not drinking.
We don't drink and cut.
Yeah. Plus, we have to drive home anyway.
We're gonna go with the Titan Stout. Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
What am I thinking? Let me try something.
Can you stab test it? We probably could, but it would send it flying.
Stab testing is would be something I'd like to do.
How much is the big sword? The choppa? How much would we charge for that? Like 600?
600 maybe?
575.
$5.75, something like that.
Go to our website, rva-katana.com. Look up
Oh, the
chopper.
chopper. Oh, yeah.
Like, but you gotta spell it like Arnold saying it. Like, get to the chopper. I don't think that box is gonna do anything.
Can you see the helmet on here?
No. Let me. Yeah.
Watch it quiver, see it shiver.
Yeah. There we go. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One man.
In a world.
One man. One desire. Put it on a
Just
spoke.
like a ballistic gel
We
spoke.
tried to spike it. It wouldn't spike.
There is like a little platform with a phone.
All right. Let's see what the chopper can do.
Mind being on, we do both. We're all trained people in various different sword martial arts.
Should I cut just same type of cut?
Whatever you want to do.
Try tone ball style, like Kisagiri. We're afraid of hitting this thing with all of like our proper strength because we don't know what it's gonna do.
Yeah, that's actually,
I'd rather be safe and like
Yeah,
it cut that deep.
that's a pretty.
That's a
good
pretty
cut, yeah.
that's a pretty deep cut.
put a lot into it.
We gotta figure out how to like also when we reuse it, we have to melt it. And,
Okay, Joseph, we've had enough of you.
There's instructions and stuff.
okay. All right.
How'd it feel?
I didn't see what that did.
Need a table. I know, right?
We need a wider. You know,
Hey,
what?
Jill.
We could probably put it on a table
You know what?
because we're not not gonna make it all the way through. So we just put it right at the edge of the table.
Maybe a table with rubber feet, though. That way we
Yeah.
won't scratch up the floor.
That's a good idea. Oh, I was thinking,
in the table.
I was thinking from a safety
Yep.
perspective, not from a.
Hey, it can be both.
This was mine right here because you can actually see like the Kisaki.
What?
You can see like the curvature.
Oh.
That's hilarious. And I hit it right here.
All right, coming in.
Concern of it bouncing back is real. Yeah. What'd you just stumble upon? Our first foray into trying to cut ballistics gel with a frickin' sword. How'd that feel?
That felt great. Went about to the shinogi, pretty much to the shinogi.
Nice.
All right.
See what I can do with this.
Got that. Oh, Mark's gonna one-hand this on the ballistic shell. I'm going over this way.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Oh,
Oh wow!
Dude.
Holy shit!
dude,
That didn't bounce out at me. I had to pull it out.
That's the gas right there.
that is pretty amazing. Can you bring,
Oh my God.
bring the camera over? Bring the camera over.
Yeah, look at that.
I'm holding the split open, baby. That is
Showing
a
hole.
deep gash.
That's what she said.
That's what he said.
What an X wound.
All right.
Man.
All right.
What a stench trench.
Baby cannon.
I say we go try the pizza key buckle silence.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, I was giving it to
Oh,
Brian.
Brian.
What are people saying? Comments. Is the gel into the camera pretty well?
Yeah.
Wear a cup. All right. I think it was this one.
That's what I thought, Trevor.
I think it's your cut.
No,
When it
mine
gets
was
stuck
the-
inside, if it goes in, because the
That's a really
friction.
deep cut as well.
Yeah.
You wanna bring it over again? Bring the camera over?
We should get a Sharpie and like mark off which ones were previous cuts.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost cut in half.
Yeah. Nice. Nicely done.
I want to try that. Let me try that.
All right. This is too much fun.
You should try steep to see how deep the.
Should I? Go for it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So leave it-
Don't do anything yet. Don't do anything yet.
All right, let's take a look here. Take a look, see.
Is it out?
So it's about 2.5.
3 inches. Yeah. About 3 inches.
I really put a lot into it. I just want to see what all it's going.
We're having too much fun here. All right, I got it.
Nice.
That went all the way. Whoa! Bring the video. I got it. Bring the camera over so we can see this. That is.
Look at that.
Oh no! I can't unsee that shit.
I'm
I'm
next.
next.
No, I'm next.
Oh, you're next. Okay, that's fine.
Everybody's fighting over the ballistics gel. Look what you caused, Ray.
Oh! Wait! Don't do anything. Bring the camera over here so we can see it from
The side.
the side.
Wow.
And so.
That is about 2.5, almost 3 inches
So
deep.
hold on a second. I'm gonna bring it over here and I'm gonna hold it. Oops. That way. All right. like holding a fish. That was nice. All right. Let me take a shot.
This back right
Ray said, "Oh,
here. God damn.
I know." Ray said not to use a differentially hardened sword, and yet here we are.
I mean, we're having a good time.
That's a slice of bed right there.
Get in there, guys. Still straight.
The sword or you?
Notice how he didn't answer.
Oh, let's take a look. Let's see what we got here.
At the most 2 inches. Didn't quite go in like. I was trying to get a seal there. All right. We don't want to take
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. What's
Next.
Want to try Reaper?
Try Reaper.
Hell yeah.
And
All right.
a long tana. We'll do the little Reaper and then a long tana.
I'm going to try with my Reaper.
You're gonna go with your Reaper.
And I'll do it with mine.
Too much.
It doesn't stink of treason. There's a lot of Southerners up north, Mark. Buried
Yeah.
just outside Gettysburg.
I know. Challenge you to try strike it horizontally. It's not secured to anything, so no.
Oh!
Oh yeah.
Okay, leave it. Yeah, come over and shoot it from the side. Oh, don't. Yeah, don't.
You wanna do this, John?
Yeah. This is the Reaper, people.
Get reaped.
So that went in really deep.
This
Nice.
substrate is a lot harder.
Yeah, this is a lot
Now that
harder.
We're a bit more comfortable knowing that it's not going to like go
Flying, you know, we're letting ourselves lay
I
into it
still
a bit
didn't
more.
step into it.
Yeah.
We need to get the
Also, to worth noting. Oh, go ahead.
clay.
Oh yeah, cutting clay,
Mm.
ballistic clay. We have you know how many people we have on right now? We have over 1,000 people watching us on YouTube.
Womp womp.
It just impacted on the surface. Negative. Negative. Can we take another shot at it? Oh!
Snaking me, Ryan.
No, that's not going to take another shot because we didn't lodge in. We can get a good sense of it.
Basically, Dodongiri, yeah. There we go.
Oh!
In the kaze?
Don't. Just leave it. Just leave it.
Kaze on that?
And
Yeah.
once again, I'm going to come over here from the side so people can see just how deep that went. This is once again the Reaper.
Your arms off. Bad Wes.
Okay.
What are you going to do? Bleed on me?
That's a massive cut. Did you want to use your sword or Scott's sword?
Keep using this one. It's the same blade.
Watch him bend my Reaper.
I know.
Well, now I'm going to do it on purpose.
It's kind of cool to see it from the side, actually, more than from the camera position. Oh! You come over. Let me take a look.
Maybe.
All right, we're just having too much fun with the ballistic gel here.
That's one-handed. What's y'all's problem?
Who hasn't cut with the Reaper? John?
Have you, John?
Hold on a second. Get this man a scimitar. Oh, it can go deeper. You know, if you guys have never cut ballistic gel, then just STFU, man.
Yeah. This is really tough stuff.
Look, wow. That's like. That's a deep cut. I'm not getting this a little more. I'm a pussy. I'm not getting that deep into it. All right.
Can I try one more?
Of course. Your sword. Raise ballistic child. Nice. Another deep cut.
Boy, it slows down so much. You lose so much velocity as soon as you go into the substrate.
It's a lot harder to cut than tatami mats.
Yeah. Just imagine that. Look at that cut. Imagine it.
Yeah. Let's go. When we want to another sword.
Yeah.
How about the long tana?
The long tana it is. That's what I was thinking.
You got a long tana?
So here we have the long tana from Cloudhammer. S5 shock steel.
You see what they're doing? They're giving me progressively weirder stuff to cut with one hand.
It's katana blade, but with a European style mark.
A lot of people are wanting to see a European sword.
I have a falchion here ready to go.
Kind of a Falchion Kriegmesser hybrid.
Yes, Swiss saber. We're like right under.
Yeah, watch the light, Ryan.
Watch
Oh,
the top
actually,
of your, watch the light
wait,
on the
wait,
top
wait.
of your head.
Do some focus there. Oh,
That was in like the center of the blade.
the Reaper got a little more penetration, but
Yeah.
still that's pretty even.
All right, give me that thing.
One-handed. Ah! Ah! Don't move it! Don't move it! We gotta shoot video of this. I'm gonna come over. Wow!
Went almost.
That was a freaking one-handed
That's-
swing.
That's halfway through.
That's halfway through. That is quite. I'm very impressed.
This thing's sharp, yo.
Which is secret? The mullet.
Yeah.
The mullet of power.
The mullet of power.
Because of the length, I'm not trying to scrape the back of my head with the crosshair.
Yeah.
Someone says a stab test, but yeah, let's do that.
We did a stab
We'll
test
do another
earlier.
stab test in a second here.
We're gonna put it length.
Am I cutting it
Yeah.
or stabbing it?
Cutting it first, then we'll stab next. Oh, and you heard the kaze as well. Hold that thought.
I heard his shoes.
And so that's how deep that baby is going.
How deep is your love?
Oh God. All right, let's do it ski.
You want to do it standing up?
Oh, you know what? Since it's a thrust, maybe do it from the long way.
Put it
Yeah.
on its
Like
yeah.
that way.
And we're gonna film from the side for this one. For a ski, ski is a stab. Hold on a second. Let me just make sure. All right, and go for it. We'll find. I'll freeze it when I do the replay. I'll freeze the frame as
Why not
with
just
the,
hold it?
Winning.
Yeah, that's not
Okay,
dangerous
he
at all.
got it.
And he
when at
keeps
about
the best
4
for a
inches, about 4 inches. All right, can you scooch the table over this way?
Yeah.
You also want to try ski?
Yeah.
Minamoto Yukihira to bring back from World War II. Okay. Someone who plays tennis, they could do it.
Ugh, sounds gross. Like,
I know.
I'm gonna try to use it. It's macaroni noises.
yeah.
No, we can. You're live, dude. No replay. Of course, we can replay. That probably went in a good 5 inches. So yeah, what happens is that I'll download this.
You see it go through?
I saw it went about 5 inches. But what happens is that when I download this, I will freeze it.
From the side.
Oh yeah, you can see it from the side. You can see the entry wounds there.
No,
This is
I
just
think Rick
way
said
too
we
much
can
fun.
Melt this down and reuse it in a new mold. Okay.
Melt it down in a new mold.
Maybe we can make one like a mold in like a tatami roll size.
All right.
Just, like,
Did you want to do it ski? Oh, you can't do it ski because you're.
I can, but with more of a fencing style lunge. It's not going to go as deep.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try it. Put it down this way.
Or do we want to do with the rapier, a side sword?
Oh, that would be good.
We should do get the cloud hammer longsword too. We can do the cloud hammer longsword with a thrust.
Which one?
The cloud hammer, the new one, the new S5 longsword.
Oh, it's on the door.
Hold on a second. Wait for Mark to do his thing.
You say the Beastmaster?
This one right here, right? That's
This one?
that one, yeah. We're gonna do what?
Excited for the cloud hammer longsword thrusts. All right, here is the cloud hammer longsword, and then we're gonna do some. We'll do some stabbing and some cutting with this one. I think actually it's probably better to do all of the filming from this side. So
Yeah.
start with the okay, sure, go for it. Let's everyone out of the way. Safety purposes here.
It's gonna be harder. 'Cause
Yeah,
We got more material you're trying to.
lengthwise it's gonna be harder. So for that, let's do the stab. Do the stab, and then we'll cut. We'll cut from the from an angle. That lifted and went out the top.
That's through a collarbone or shoelace.
Dang. And that went, it looks like a good 6 inches.
Go down there.
Yeah, nice thrust. Once again, this is a ballistic gel. Unfortunately, Mark is the only one who does Euro among us, and
Kind of handicapped.
he's handicapped. He,
Hurt my
are you
hand.
doing stab or chop? If you do a chop, I'm gonna turn on the side.
I'm not going home until I do a cut like this. What, this sword? Yeah, I want to do a cut with this sword.
About maybe half an inch.
Yeah, it's right here. Was it this? Yeah. Oh. I'm getting through it all. Okay, do that. All right, let's see what I can do with this. Just looking for a clean spot.
There aren't that many left.
No, no,
I saw a little piece go flying.
try it. A little paranoid with the light there.
Might have to go like this way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I was trying to avoid being here at this angle, but okay.
Jesus.
I'm not sure what happened there. I knew you hit the table.
They'll need a replay for sure.
No damage to the table.
Well, we have so many
It's kind of scratched up, but yeah, the blade looks fine. We tried.
The blade should be fine.
Yeah,
It's
I hope
pretty
so.
shot steel.
Yeah.
Just chipped on the table.
Yeah.
Oh! That's a deep chop. All right. This is once again the Cloudhammer S5 shock steel, new version 3 longsword. Version 3 longsword.
Wow. Yeah, that's easily 3 inches.
Ooh, another deep cut. Can you just leave it there? Not quite as deep as the Reaper, but still deep. All right.
Give it one more shot.
Here's our one-handed gimp.
The game's still sleeping. Guess you're gonna have to wake him up then.
Oh, one-handed cuts. Nice.
Who's up? What are we doing?
Do you want to try another? Okay.
What else you wanna try?
I want to. Do you want to try any more stabbing?
Eh,
Yeah. Okay.
we spent a lot of time picking the thing back up.
Go ahead and do the. Let's get the let's do the
So saber.
Swiss Saber.
All right.
So now we're going to go to a Cloudhammer SX105V Swiss Saber. And so this is a single edge blade. Pretty wide. So we tried the Long Tana. This is like a bigger, fatter version of the Long Tana. Like all these idiots here think that they should be able to cut through a.
Falchion or Falchion or Falchion?
Falchion.
Falchion. Falchion.
Falchion. From the French.
It's like I said, Falchion.
Falchion.
This thing is sharp.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to make it all the way through. Oh! That is a very deep cut.
Did you do the Tajikawa?
Yeah.
Tachikaze with a falchion, or with a Swiss Saber. This is made of SX105V, so excellent edge retention.
I'm sure I'm not gonna hit it from behind me.
Ooh, Abana.
That was. What's that like that? Give it another shot.
Well, that cut paid her, most definitely. Table needs to be connected to the floor. Yeah,
Right?
yeah. This is our first time ever cutting ballistic gel, so we're not exactly. We're just going through a test run right now. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Yeah.
And Mark is trying to one-hand it because of an injury to his other hand.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I gotta peel it apart a little bit.
oh, that was a pretty deep cut. Yeah, let's hold up, pry the lips open.
Pry the lips open.
Oh, I did not want to see that.
Lion's cut? Mark's Roger cut? Yeah, I'm done. With that guy.
Yeah, David Davidson, exactly.
Everyone's like, you can make it all the way through. Like, dude, bullets don't make it all the way through.
Yeah, as I say, bullets don't make it through ballistic gel, dudes. Oh, that was a pretty massive cut.
We're also getting to the points here where it's being cut so many times, it's starting to really kind of.
Yeah,
Now it really looks like an accordion.
yeah, it's pretty chopped up. All right, I think that is what we are going to do for the day.
Can I cut one more time with the Reaper?
Sure, go for it.
I want to see what the Revolutionary Warhanger can do to it.
Yeah, the Revolutionary Warhanger did really well on the pool noodle. Let's move the foul. Yeah, I don't want to send that jangling. Here is the Reaper.
Thing into it.
Oh! This is the Reaper has definitely been our best cutter in terms of the depth and how deep it goes. And that's played out pretty true with just our regular cutting when we cut tatami mats. The Reaper.
Use the Titan Stout now. We'll go through with that.
Yeah.
Table.
All right, let's see what this itty guy can do.
Yeah, now we're gonna go with the Revolutionary
War.
Warhanger from Kingston Arms. Oh! Dude! Dude! All right. Now imagine if he was riding a horse.
So kids at home, eat your spinach.
Yeah.
Yeah, look how big his forearms are from his nighttime activities.
Funnily enough, the right is larger than the left.
Who'd have thunk it? Anyone else want to try with this guy? Ryan's like,
I think I'd like to try that, but I'm left-handed, so this is gonna be weird. Just hold it upside
You're
down.
you're gonna have to do it right-handed with that.
Great distance.
Pocket of power. Pocket of power. Power pockets. Hot pockets.
The Reaper is Legacy Blades. Nice. Maybe try sharpening. This one just had a dozen cuts on a tatami mat. It's tough, fine, sharp. If you've never cut ballistic gel, then don't talk. You don't know the first thing. If you've never shot at ballistic gel, then don't talk. You just don't know what you're talking about.
A lot of cringe comments.
I know. You cannot. I mean, you had to have a hard time shooting a bullet through that much ballistic gel.
Like this.
Outside of like a green tip, maybe.
See how I'm holding it, Mark?
Oh my god.
Am I violating
That must be really uncomfortable.
am I violating the HEMA laws?
Yeah, you are. The council will see you.
Oh! Big deep cut there with a Revolutionary Warhanger. I think we have a winner. I didn't realize.
He looked like he was like preparing some fish for a second. Like,
How would you like your gel?
So yeah. Anyway, thanks again to Ray Gimo who provided the ballistic gel for us to have
Thank you
some
so much,
fun with.
Ray. That was so awesome of you. This was great.
this has been a lot of fun. I want to get one more in, but like set it up vertically and see what will happen.
How much for a block of this stuff?
Pretty expensive.
It's pretty expensive. We got it from our buddy Ray Gimo, who is law enforcement and had a buddy of a buddy who got it for us. Oh,
How far down?
wow. Another really deep cut. Nice.
Ryan's like, put me in the game, coach.
Yeah, we will remold it. It can be remolded, and we will.
How we do.
What is that from this angle?
Scott's like, okay, I got it.
Now, just when I thought we were gonna end things up. The Reaper is 29 inches, very deep sortie on that one. Y'all seem cool.
That's dangerous.
I don't know if we're cool, but we like swords.
I'm finding the best results to try to get as deep as possible to this is try to do it like you're driving a nail. Hey, we just lost a piece, folks. Chunk of jellyfish
Pulled it
right
off.
there.
Yeah.
This thing does.
That's a fun little sword.
Yeah. I was surprised by this.
Yeah.
Mark, can you do a horizontal cut with that?
A horizontal. All right, Ryan, get out of the way. Well, which way do we want the gel to go flying?
I have a question about HEMA martial arts.
Yeah.
So in many Japanese Koryu, and our art included, the idea is not to cut with that much of the sword because if it gets stuck in the body, get hung up in bone or armor.
Mm-hmm.
To typically cut the last 3 to 4 inches of the blade.
Yeah.
Does that exist in European stuff as well, or
Pretty much, yeah.
which is why the monouchi obviously is the largest, the sharpest part of a sword.
Yeah, similar thing.
Similar concept.
But a lot of like,
Beyond
especially-
penetrating.
Yeah, a lot of high medieval swords also have like this geometry that they're not great cutters. They're better at thrusting. But
Right. Gotcha.
The shop is in Richmond, Virginia, Rachel.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That cut that whole.
Wow. That was quite a chop there.
take that, redcoats.
And once again, this is a Revolutionary Warhanger from
Kingston Arms.
Kingston Arms. We have never sharpened this or anything like this. This is factory edge. It went through pool noodles. Like, we will be posting footage of him going with pool noodles. It was pretty amazing.
It's kind of like beast mode. It felt really good too.
And your prize, sir.
Oh, thank you. We all get a piece of gel as a souvenir.
No, you don't. We have to melt that down, and so we can use it again.
Thanks so much, Ray.
Hold on,
So
hold on.
nice of you, Ray.
日本刀が被験大です。被験 oh 見たいか。
He can't be done.
Oh 是非是非
What are we doing?
私兵 Oh, nothing. I don't know. Are we doing anything else with this, or are we
I don't
done?
know. It's like past
Sweet
9.
hate, sweet hate.
All right. Do you want to do a couple suihei and then we'll call it a night with the cutting?
All right, so hey with this guy or
Sure,
no?
go for it.
No, for you guys because it's getting late. What do you guys want?
The blue-eyed dragon swing. The blue-eyed dragon. Not sure what that is. Sorry.
I know how to really upset some human people. Cut it from holding it way back here.
Oh yeah, piss him off.
Yeah.
Troll him for days. son.
Troll my own people.
You're gonna get in the. Yeah, go to the other side. Go to the other side, or behind him. Yeah.
This is more like the cut you would see with these kind of swords. You wouldn't see these huge cuts. You'd see more of a kind of cut.
Someone wants to see us thrust with the mangosh.
Mangosh.
Do we have a mangosh, or do we? I thought we sold out of it.
Bob on it.
Yeah, we don't have a mangosh anymore. We sold out of our one
Come
on.
in, that little flick cut made a itty bitty incision in there.
Nice. Yeah, oftentimes.
A bad day.
Yeah, because you're trying to cut into the target, not necessarily through it, because you don't want your sword to get stuck. So yeah. All right, what are we doing? Am I just going more?
Go ahead and just one more shot. Anybody? Yeah.
We'll fix up.
Ooh, that was deep.
halfway. No. Oh my God.
Wow. Mark's sweeping cut.
A cavalry cut.
That had he been riding a horse, he would have decapitated the ballistic gel.
I went through over 75%.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
And that is
Once
not
again,
really
this
cheap.
stuff will.
We just took that out the door.
Yeah. We haven't touched this edge up or anything.
Wow. Imagine if I
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Holy cow. It's funny because I saw a video of Philip Martin cutting with one of these, and that was after he stropped the edge. So this is factory edge. Yeah. Wow.
All right. Well, I think.
This is a great experience.
Yeah, this was a great experience. This is our first time cutting with ballistic gel. Thanks again to Ray Gimo for bringing it over here. We've had tons of fun cutting with it. Oh, okay, you guys can stop doing that. We're going to give you a quick tour of the shop. You're not that impressed, that's fine. Then don't watch. No one's asking you to stay here, dude. We are going to set up the shop, and
If
you
you're
can
not
see.
impressed and you feel the need to validate yourself, just go find another degree. Bother somebody
I know,
else.
exactly. Half the people coming in have probably never touched a sword in their life.
I'm not sure.
So, all right. So, there's no cleanup to do either.
I mean, we still got oil these guys.
Yeah, oil up, clean them off, alcohol them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna melt the gel and reuse it.
Holy crap, that is not that sharp. Oh my God.
What?
Impressive though. Yeah, I'm just doing these like push cuts through it. I'm like, but the way you saw it go through the gel, it's like, oh.
Yeah, yeah. That is the thing. Swords generally were not super sharp because going through armor. Well, they weren't going to go through armor. The sharper they were, the more narrow the edge, and the more likely you were to damage your sword.
And the last thing you want is another broken weapon on the battlefield. If
Exactly.
you down your sword, that means you've lost or broken your other main weapons. It's true when you're.
A lot of
Thank you,
lamellar
Jill.
armor was designed to entrap blades, so.
Lamellar wasn't really a thing in Europe. You know,
Anything you guys want to see while we're here? We have tons of swords. We have about 600 and actually 700 different types of swords in shop. All replicas, mostly replicas. We have about in store about 20 antique swords, but most of them are replicas. Yeah, no such thing as a Hanzo sword. It is definitely a movie thing. Let's see.
What did that guy say? Oh, it's pronounced Hanzo Hattori.
Oh yeah, Hanzo.
This came back in?
Yeah, we got Misa's sword, or not Misa's sword, Atsu's sword from Ghost of Yote. We got it back in.
Tonight.
Oh, really? It's a fun game.
It is. I made it being like straight to the old Dachi.
I'm playing Sengoku Dynasty. Have you played that yet?
Nope, I had never heard of it.
Ronkoro says,
It's like a super plain blade. Like,
Yasatsuna, Mikazuki, Munishika, Onimaru. You're talking about national treasures there. The Taitsuki Christian swords have not come in, they have shipped. The most expensive swords we have here are antiques, but in terms of non-antiques, we have the meteorite, swords partial meteorite, and then we have the Taitsuki swords up there, which are all
Look
like,
at a high-end Tsushima set. back
yeah,
there?
we got 2 of them in and 1 sold. How many are traditional made katana from traditional Japanese workmen? Ragnarok, we probably only have about 30 antique swords here.
30 of them.
Yeah, 30. We have about 60 total, but 30 of them are sitting in Japan. Good sword for a beginner. If you're looking for a cutting sword, a Japanese cutting sword, we recommend the Vortex as a yeah, it's now it's on the other side. The Vortex, they're made of 9260 spring steel, so you were less likely to damage them with bad cuts. So here are the Vortexes right over here, the Vortices. Here's
that's what I like to call them, vortices.
Vortices. This one is the red one. We have 2 versions of red. We have several green and blue one. Military saber, we do have Dragoon sabers. We do have some antique ones.
We have a Prussian late 1800s Prussian sword, a
Right.
naval parade sword, and one other, a French kind of a dragoon style saber, I think.
The Ryan, yes, the Gilded Cherry did sell. That was only one of a kind. We're not getting it again as far as I know because they only made one of those Saya. Someone was asking, oh, Dragoon sword. Let's come over here.
No, those are in here.
Right here. Oh, no, not the antique ones. The new ones. So down there.
Here's the Shashka. Here's the officer Shashka. This one's for Cloud Hammer.
To get a bamboo blade, we do have bamboo blades. Look under our website. Look under wood blade or takemitsu. Take, T-A-K-E, mitsu, takemitsu.
They're probably talking about Shinai.
Oh yeah, if you're talking about Shinai, we don't sell those. There's a shashka. Mitainka, mo owarimasu yo.
Oh, the cutting?
Yeah.
終わりました.
終わりました. Let's see. We don't have the chakar
The what?
Chakar Iazam. What are the tires on the back wall for? They are kicking dummies for my Wing Chun class. Right now they're storage, but we do use them for kicking practice. It's very good. Very good.
Basically a punching bag.
Yeah, we are in Virginia. Yes. Anything else you guys want to see while we're here? Ninja swords. A lot of anime swords over here. Euro swords. I have no idea what the Kaitehore field is. People always ask us. I don't know what that is. Rivers of Blood, I mean, it's sharp, it can cut, but we don't know how well it'll cut just because it's not an even edge.
It can ruin somebody's day, but I wouldn't try to cut the Tommy with it.
Yeah, if we tried to cut like that, ballistic style probably wouldn't do very well at all.
It might do okay on bottles. I don't know. I'd have to test it. Because it's really hard to sharpen the inside, the troughs of waves like that.
Yeah.
So.
Which one is gooder, Chinese cutting sword or Japanese cutting sword? It really depends on your cutting skill.
Yeah.
And it depends, I mean, here's the thing is that cutting,
Once you get good at cutting, they all feel about the same.
and here's the thing is cutting is it's a skill set, but it's not necessarily a practical skill set. I mean, there are some definite things, if you're a good cutter, you'll be good at, but being able to cut well doesn't mean you'll be able to see a sword and deflect it in time. There's a lot of skill that goes into swordsmanship.
Yeah. Cutting is really only like one leg of a three-legged stool when it comes to like training for sword art.
Chakar Iazam, the father of Balak Nation, never heard of it, sorry. Any else?
Was that a Witcher sword? We got Witcher
Yes,
sword.
we have a Witcher sword. Toss a sword to your Witcher. Most popular, hard to say. We don't have any spears on our website, but we do have some antique spears. We do have some antique spears. We don't have any modern spears. We do not have Kill Bill sword. We may have it in the
Yeah.
future. Yeah. I was against it, but they're sending it to us.
John's principles are usually swayed by enough money.
Oh, I feel so. Yeah. Any swords used by Mongols? Yeah, we do carry a Mongol sword. We are sold out of them. The long Tana is probably going to be a little more than $1,000. David Washington. Here are the antique spears up there. There's a lot of detail on them. I'm going to hold them up here so you can see the detail. So these are antique spears.
I'm actually really impressed
Really
with
cool
the long
lacquer
Tana.
work.
There are a couple things about it I would change, but overall I'd say it's a really good sword, and especially as a prototype.
We are sending, yeah, oops. Tudor swords, no. Highlander sword or just the new blade with Sean Connery. We do have something, we call it the Hanzo Masamune. It's a joke. It's kind of like a Hattori Hanzo, but a Masamune, like the Honja Masamune, but the Hanzo Masamune.
I'm actually thinking back, and I'm like, I don't know what swords were popular in England during the Tudor period. I know what swords were popular in the Holy Roman Empire.
We don't have any Dacian Falcons. Dacian, I can never say that word.
Dacian Falcons. No,
We-
none of our forges are making them.
We do have Conan's sword. Thank you, Blake Meyer. Long time no see. Happy holidays, dude. What else can we show you guys while we're here? Price range, we start at 80 and go way into the thousands for antiques. Here are some of our, these are not our $80 swords. We moved everything around because we had someone steal an expensive sword on Christmas Eve. But here are some of our $80 swords here right by the door. So if someone steals one, we're not horribly put out. Muramasa sword? No. So
I got some Muramasa sword right here.
this is the Black Samurai, one of our $80 swords. And we're having a holiday sale for the next couple days. You can use the coupon code HOLIDAY2025 on certain swords, about 100 different swords in our shop. And it's 20% off. So there are certain swords that were originally 100 that are now 80. So we currently have several 80 ones.
Not everything is on the holiday sale, but a
Yeah.
lot of things are.
Stolen sword, yeah, we know who it is and where he lives. We just got to get the police to do their job, you know? Yeah, oh no, we do have
Doesn't sound
CCTV.
threatening at all. We know who he is and we know where he lives.
Yeah.
Ugh.
A $200 sword. Sure. The Reapers are 200, roughly 200.
They're 225 for the katana, or 200 for the black.
These are some of our favorite ones here. Just a very good spring steel sword, so pretty durable. And when you're a beginner, you're going to have bad cuts, and so those swords are going to be really nice for the beginners. The design on Mark's necklace, I think it's Godzilla, your Godzilla necklace?
Yeah.
We need to make a tsuba out of that.
Hell yeah, we do.
It actually isn't that hard. Take a picture of it, and I can make a tsuba.
Sweet. Let's do it.
Any issues with shipping depends on where, but the United States, no. The sword he stole was a Reaper, one of our favorites. Was very sad.
Yeah.
Of all the swords that could have been stolen, it had to be a Reaper. And also, yeah, the Reapers sell pretty well in general.
I suspect
And you
those-
saw why. You saw just how crazy those Reapers were. Okita Soji guy. Oh, you're a Shinsengumi person.
Okay. Scott, what do you... I bet you have worked for that guy.
Who?
Shinsengumi guy?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Shinsengumi.
Wadoichi Monji, we do have all of the One Piece
Shogunate
swords. Oh, not all of them. Shogunate scum.
You're a member of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away. Take her away.
Was it really? Were they really the rebels, though?
No, the Emperor's forces were. I guess it depends who you ask.
Exactly.
Did you got the torches over?
Who? What am I grabbing?
Wadoichi Monji. Saw some drawing methods for Nodachi while they were pinch blade upon the draw. Yeah. Those are the ones we know. Mark can draw a Odachi. Yeah.
Up to 43 inches. But then, like, after that, my arms just aren't long enough.
Miyamoto Musashi wa Nitenryu. Nitenryu da ne. These racks are custom made. We did make them ourselves. We have plenty in all black. Yes.
Here's one right here.
And here's one of an Odachi in all black. So one of the big bad swords. Most expensive. We have some antiques that are pretty expensive in here.
It's pretty tight in there.
The price on the Miao Dao Ray, I don't have the prices yet. We're gonna get, once we get pictures, I'll post them. But they're all, depending on the fittings and everything, you're probably looking starting about 400, going to about 800, depending on the fittings and the length. Amaterasu katana? Amaterasu, never heard of it.
What up, man?
The Amaterasu, was it the
Sun goddess.
Sun goddess, yeah.
Alexander Mav, we do have Iaito, which are for Iaido. Iaito are, they have them in stainless steel blades, but they're heat treated so they're not brittle. That is one of the things you worry about with stainless steel blades. But these are heat treated, but you can touch them all you want and don't have to worry about cleaning them all.
They're heat treated to be soft, so they can theoretically be used for a little bit of kumitachi. I wouldn't push it though.
I wouldn't do that. So this is one of the Iaito we have. We have about 5 colors of stainless steel Iaito.
Because I mean, we have footage of the guy from Codhammer taking these and just like whacking up against like some sayas and just beating the crap out of sayas and they're doing fine. But I wouldn't push it.
We cut some ballistic stuff and
Are they shorter? Is it based on arm length? You know, some schools say they recommend certain lengths of swords. Beefy or long ska kantata. How about the Kawanakajima is my first idea.
Yeah.
14-inch handle, 37 and a half. That's what we should have cut with. Oh, we forgot to cut with the Kawanakajima.
Next time.
Practice need 10 for 2 years. Awesome. So here's a big beefy. Plus we have the
Hanwei Wind and Thunder, I think we're out of it. But
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge handle.
Hanwei Wind and Thunder has a huge handle. Nagamaki, of course, have the big handles.
Those are long.
Yeah, they're not necessarily beefy, but they are long. The Nagamaki up there.
This Hanwei Raptor. Hanwei, if you want to go with a big beefy handle, go for Hanwei because most of them are really big. So here's the Raptor. This is their Sakimotoha.
Best for constant use, probably an S5 shock steel sword.
SX105B is another contender.
If you're gonna be cutting, but if you're gonna be abusing them, S5. We sent one over to Shad Diversity in Australia. He was whacking it up against rocks, chipping the rock, but not damaging the blade. Yeah. Oh, we should have done like the 40 millimeters too. All these things I think of after the fact.
I mean, we did the Stout, you know, that and the Reaper. That's a good start, I think.
Yeah.
And the Cholpa. Round 2, right?
yeah.
Yeah, we gotta figure out how. I don't know how we're gonna melt the gel.
I'm kind of sad though with those last cuts with the hanger that you were like facing this way, so you couldn't really see the way I was cutting. Maybe next time.
Let's come up with a better way to hold it.
Yeah,
Stabilize it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll figure this out. This is once again our first time doing it.
Well, interesting. Most of the guys that I see shooting ballistic style just leave it unsecured. But I don't know.
Yeah, ballistic gel, very dense. It feels very different from cutting very different from cutting tatami.
Yeah,
Yeah. Which sword do you recommend? For what, Francois? Etienne.
I recommend all of them.
S5 shock steel wakizashi, we have a handful. Not a whole lot right now. Here are S5 wakizashi. Here's the Black Lotus.
Tap sacrifice, add 3 mana.
Minus 10 charisma.
Right.
Nihon to mania? Nante. The gel will also absorb energy and won't move until the projectile has expanded all of its energy.
Interesting.
Yeah, once again, we don't know a whole lot about. I don't know a whole lot about ballistics gel. This is my first time cutting it.
Same.
Cutting
It's,
with it.
it's the first time for all of us. Is this one S5, John?
This was an SS5. Usually has a black Sageo on this one, but this is the Oni. No, this is the Demon Strike.
Got a bulky too.
We do have sabers.
A little bit of contact.
All right, it is almost 9:30, so a few more minutes and we're going to shut down. But thank you all for joining in. S5 has kind of a Hondachi handle to it, the Sunburst. So
Sunburst.
it might be down here. Where is the
Over
Sunburst?
here.
Oh, we move things around. Here's the Sunburst right here. So it does have like a Hondachi style handle.
The Kashida is the Tachi style, and then the rest is Uchi Katana. Come
Shortest and sharpest.
on.
That hanger was pretty short and sharp.
Yeah.
Transylvania Messer. No, we don't have any Messer. We do have a Swiss saber. Closest thing we have to a Messer right now.
Depends who you ask who can be considered a messer, but it doesn't have knife scales. So, but I don't know if anything. You said Transylvanian messer. I don't know which ones were specifically Transylvanian. All I know is that messer was usually a.
Thank you, MS Webb.
Like a German-speaking place.
This was our first time trying it, so yeah. Zweihander, we have one Zweihander left right there.
Or Schnackschwert, if you want to be technically correct.
A machete. A tack whack might have been pretty fun. We do have a gold plum, yeah. Here is the Zweihander, or the Schlagschwer.
Schnackschwert. Montante or Spadone. Montante if you're Spanish or Portuguese. Spadone if you're Italian.
All right, we are going to shut down, but thank you all for joining in. Thanks for all the mods who are monitoring while we couldn't watch. Thank you to everyone.
Thanks again,
There's
Ray.
Ryan. Yep. Thanks, Ray, if you're on. Thank you so much for
was
letting
fun.
us, for getting us that ballistic gel.
Next time I go into it, I'll have a better understanding.
Well, yeah, we'll have a better setup. This is our first time ever
We
experimenting with
started,
it.
we were being like super gentle with it.
All
like,
right,
I don't
TikTok.
know.
See you later.
Well, I didn't know if it would like
Yeah,
bounce. I didn't know.
yeah, for sure.
That's like that's
YouTube or- yeah.
You gotta try to add like a
Can you get,
wood dowel
Put that at-
between the new mold or like a bone or
to keep it elevated?
For like for a space for the spike, so you can just rest it on the spike.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking actually,
But like,
because we can shape it however we want, right?
Yeah.
yeah. So like, I was thinking like because of
Thank
like,
you, Blake.
When we do tatami mats and
Ray says you're welcome.
Thanks,
tatami
Ray.
mats with the wood dowel in the center.
Mm-hmm.
We do that with ballistics. Just have a wood dowel in the center. And just try to cut through the whole thing.
You guys don't forget to plug this in at like.
All right.
I don't know about putting a wood
Thank
dowel
you.
in the ballistic shell. That seems like a bit of overkill, honestly.
Or a bone or something.
Steel sword from The Witcher. Yeah, we do have that.
Ballistic shell.
All right. See you later, YouTube. Thank you guys for joining in. We will be posting some of these clips live later, or